This week, big life announcement in the one-star recommendations of the week. Got to listen through. March is mad, but not that mad. Aura, baguettes, blizzard season. It's a great episode. Let's go.
It's the day we've all been waiting for. Baseball season is here. 500level.com has all the best shirts. I can barely contain my excitement. Opening day is tomorrow. Like I said, all the most exciting players in MLB have amazing t-shirts on 500level.com. We're talking Paul Skeens, Ellie De La Cruz, Lawrence Butler. Give some love to the A's, DK. Mystery shirts for $10. 500level.com. Use the discount code DK and RIP at checkout for 20% off everything on the site. That's DKANDRIP. 500level.com. Let's go.
Yo, aloha. Welcome to the One Star Recruits podcast, brought to you by 500level.com. Discount code DK and RIP at checkout. Checking in at 185 pounds. Life is good for me, RIP. Can't complain. You spring breaking?
We have spring break in a couple weeks, so I'm trying to get there without anyone getting sick, everyone staying healthy. But baseball season's here to save us, DK. This is the D-backs year.
I'll talk about it. We'll talk about it in the podcast. I have it. Winston has it in the notes. I see he slapped it in there and nobody's interested, although opening day is the 27th coming up this week. I've rediscovered Vietnamese iced coffee here in Portland, RIP. Big round of applause for me. I sent you a picture. Were you excited to get that picture at all? DK finds again Vietnamese iced coffee after about 5 years.
It's always gratifying to see someone have something that I have basically every day of my life. One of the top loves of my life these days, iced coffee. And yeah, how was it? 5 stars?
Loves, RIP. What a loser, RIP. It was great, dude. They're still great. I can't even drink a small. I'm a half Vietnamese iced coffee. They get me too fired up. Very, very, if you don't have anything in your stomach, that caffeine kicks in that is like heroin, I would imagine, going into your bloodstream, the way that caffeine gets into your system with the condensed milk. But great. I am fired up. It's funny. The place that I get it at is called the Best Baguette, which is, you would think, more of a French place by the name, but you go in, it's a full-on Vietnamese sandwich place. Vietnamese sandwiches, so slept on. The only sandwich you can still get, the only still true $5 foot long, they're not quite foot long, they're probably like 8.5 inches. Pause. But they're still cheap. They're the only cheap sandwich in the game now. So I found the Best Baguette looking for iced coffee, walked in there, was so fucking pumped up to see Vietnamese sandwiches. So I got myself not one, but 2 for my ball watching this weekend. 2 Vietnamese sandwich, 1 iced coffee, 1 steamed pork bun, barbecue pork. Also have those there. Amazing. I'll be back. All for $20, $22 in the state of Oregon, no tax, even money. Slap it on there, all cash, 22. Bam. It's quite lovely. But the baguettes are taking over, RIP. When I did Google baguette, there's this place, there's Paris Baguette. Have you been to Paris Baguette, RIP?
I think that's a worldwide chain, if I'm not mistaken.
It is. And they try to be fancy, but it seems not as fancy. I'm not to Rex yet, but I'm going to hit an early rec right now. If you like baguettes, go to the Vietnamese baguette place. You get much more stuff, and you can walk out of there with 6 fresh ones. Make some ham and cheese later in the day, RIP, if you want, for your kids. Salami and Gouda.
Are you trying to gain weight here, by the way? You rattle off your weight at the beginning of every episode, and it just keeps going up and up. And I see exactly why. You had like 1,700 calories within like a half-hour span.
This is over March Madness. Over the weekend, I was doing ball watching, RIP. I was doing ball watching. Come on, people would eat like this. Don't you do that to me, RIP. I told you, checking in at 185. It's all good. Clean. I'm just saying, RIP, you want a baguette, go to the Vietnamese baguette place, get a sandwich for yourself, get 2 baguettes, come home, make the kids turkey and cheese. Value guy right there, and you'll be a hero. You could tell the kids you made the bread. They don't even know, and dad will be a hero. I'm just throwing it out there for you. I like to start the podcast with value, and food's on my head. And because I've been sipping Vietnamese iced coffee this morning, I'm fucking fired up. It's what you get. The Best Baguette, the Paris Baguette. The only baguette to stay away from is the baguettes at the grocery store at the checkout station. And that's usually French bread as a whole. It's not the small baguette. if we want to get into the details. But those are garbage. Don't buy those. If you got celiac, those will kill you. Full of celi. Nice tangent, though, to start the pod, Rip. Dude, March Madness, full swing. A bit mad, not as much bad. I was locked down in my basement man cave. I was doing some serious ball watching. Like I said, I was planning my meals out, trying my best to avoid life at all possible avenues and focus in on Drake and Derek Queen and Cooper Flag. It was tough to stay focused a lot of times. I found myself drifting off because the truth be told, Rip, a lot of these favorites are winning in this thing. So that's when I say a little bit of madness with not as much madness, but a couple of them. What do you overall? You get on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 stars being the most mad, 1 star being just a little bit just like annoyed. Where do you give the tournament so far?
Very 1 star. I mean, it's the reason I'm in last place in all my bracket challenges because I'm an upset guy. I pick a ton of upsets. Everyone knows I had High Point in the Final Four. I had a Drake in the Elite Eight. It's not going well, DK, but if you want to see really good teams, really star players that are known to everybody, it's a good tournament for that. Our Arkansas Razorbacks are still in it, DK. Last two episodes with guests, our last ones, Arkansas incoming 5 stars. They're still in it, DK. Coach Cal's working his magic.
So good. And you nailed it. You said Elite Eight, I believe. We're down to the Sweet 16, but you said Elite Eight, and I now really see that vision. I think they can get through the next phase and down. Coming up to the Bay Area, San Francisco. Possible road trip for the 1 stars, Rip. Take the oldest boy out there. Is that in the cards? We got some contacts there at Chase Center.
We need to get back in it. I'm trying to get you into the Nike Hoop Summit in a few weeks here up in Portland, right in your backyard. But hey, San Francisco would be a nice, good stop. You got some Southwest miles to get down there?
I got a couple South Wizzies. Let's do it. I mean, I've only been to 1 tournament game in my life. It was in San Jose, California. This was maybe a decade ago. But it was wonderful. You get in, value guy. Once again, value guy alert. Yeah, you get in, you go to the morning games, and you're able to get in and sit in the building. They do replace bodies for the good seats, but in the bad seats, you can sit through the games. You got to be a little sneaky when they try to kick you out, Rip. You know how it goes. It's like movie theater, sliding through the movie theater to catch a second one. Poor people, Rip. That lifestyle. That's your lifestyle, Rip. Poor guys.
400,000 miles on the minivan, baby. Let's go.
So anyway, yeah, what did I mention? Oh, Derek Queen. By the way, just waiting for that Dairy Queen NIL to pop and the Turpin Blizzard with turtle chocolate, Rip. How about that idea? You want me to repeat it? Do you understand?
That's a good idea. I think there's a joke about traveling in there somewhere, traveling a long way to get it. But
he's from Baltimore. Add some Baltimore in there. But he's already got NIL portfolio with Popeyes, DoorDash, Jimmy's Famous Meals, and even Stanley. Stanley's got a deal with Big Dairy Queen. It's funny that Dairy Queen said no, but Stanley Muggs is up in there full-fledged. Big time freshman, big time shots. Florida managed to outlast UConn, Rip. So UConn done. I want to talk about Danny Hurley. Mark that. Duke, of course. We're all watching Cooper Flag. I want to talk about Duke too. There's a player on Duke who's my favorite player. Mark it. I'm going to talk about that. It's been pretty good though. Fuck it. I'm going to go right into my favorite player. You ready? It's my boy, Con Knuppel. Rip.
The silent K on the last
Silent
name.
K killers. Actually, mark that. We'll talk about Con in a minute. We got to talk.
Amir Khan? How about Amir Khan?
How about Amir Khan? We're going to talk about all the cons. Arkansas really fast. Let me go back to it because we steamrolled it, though. I just want to give it its due respect. We're Arkansas guys. We got recruits on the pod. Hunter, friend of the pod, Hunter Yurachek. We're here to upset victory, celebrate. So let's celebrate while it's here. Defeated number 2 seed St. John's 75-66. It was a wonderful game in the second round. First major upset of the tournament. Major one when it's a 2 seed getting bounced. And it was good. We had the Calipari versus Pitino. Everything that they wanted. A little confrontation, a little clash at center court we had. But Coach Cal pushed through, get that victory. So now Calipari in his postseason record against Pitino is 3-2. Kind of cool to have these OGs back in the game doing this. It feels good. It feels like, Pitino really fast, Rip. Just let me backtrack here real fast on Pitino. Give him some flowers. excommunicated from Louisville. I believe he did the deed with a lady at an Italian restaurant.
Someone made a joke on Twitter that Coach Cal was wearing the tablecloth from that restaurant as a jacket. You see that white and red checkered jacket?
Makes sense. He might have been. Still funny. I don't know if worth losing your job for such a good basketball coach, but he did that. You know, some people would say that's kind of tight. Anyway, got excommunicated from Louisville, excommunicated from the NCAA rip actually for a little bit for just being involved in all this stuff that wasn't even that wild. Anyway, man ends up in Greece. He's coaching ball in Greece, getting W's. We're not at this point. We've given up on him completely. He's in Greece. Iona takes a waiver. No, you even know, Rip. Where is Iona?
Somewhere in New York. I know that much. Upstate, probably.
What is their mascot?
Gales.
Well, you're a lunatic, so Rip knows that. But nobody knows that. But here he comes. Here comes Pitino, mafiosoing into Iona. Turns it around. They're in the tournament, Rip. The guy does it. Suddenly he's back. Now here he is back. Now he's climbing the ladder. Takes St. John's into a nothing to the number 1 seed in a tough conference to the number 2. I mean, just hand clap flowers for Pitino. And same for Cal. I mean, he did it on the flip side, different route of success. At the end of the day, both these teams playing each other in this game that was so successful and fun to watch, had the personalities of these coaches, and we're playing hard as hell. So it was good. Next steps. So another challenging matchup for the Razorbacks for sure. We have, what do we got the odds here, Rip? We got the odds for the Natty title, plus 550. 5500, folks. Underdog status. Still, if you want to get on this Arkansas run. Rip's on it. We've been on it for a minute now. Let me ask you this, bro. If you had to create a March Madness Cinderella story movie about Arkansas season, what would the title be, Rip?
Something about injuries, man, because they've had a lot of guys hurt all year. But now, unlike a lot of other teams who are losing guys in the tournament, Arkansas, Boogie Fland came back, played 15 minutes last game. They got another guy coming back for the Sweet 16. So they're going the opposite way of everyone else, zigging while everyone else is zagging. They got guys coming back. They're getting back to full strength. So I think that's where the momentum comes from with the Razorbacks.
You just run around a movie title. That's a great breakdown. Coach speak, but no title in there. Nothing.
Injured Hogs. How about that? Return of the Hogs.
You gonna go see that?
Return of the Hogs.
Let's take my kids to see Injured Hogs. That sounds like a bad porn.
There you go.
How about Razorback Revival? How about the Calipari effect? March Madness in the Ozarks, baby. All kinds of shit. Anyway.
I love that he's bringing in Coach Nolan Richardson to talk to the squad, too. I mean, how awesome is that to bring back the legends, the people who built the program? So Cal knows what he's doing, man. It's just year one. Arkansas fans have everything to be excited for.
Some said at one point that not a basketball school. People laughed at Hunter. Not a basketball school. Look at this, bringing back Nolan. Guess we are a basketball school. Oliver Miller, rest in peace one more time. Fingers in the air, Oliver Miller, rest in peace one more time. Arkansas legend. Duke's going to win this thing, Rip. I know you like the upsets. You were done. Your bracket was actually done in the first 45 minutes of the tournament. So very risky endeavor by you with High Point. And you had another one in there that was just absurd. Obviously, Duke's going to win this thing. Duke's fun to watch. They're the overall best team in the tournament. Obviously, Cooper Flagg grabs the spotlight. And he's everything that we thought he was going to be. And he's going to help an NBA team. He's really good. He just is. My favorite player, like I said, Silent K. Con Knipple. Rip, favorite player on Duke. If you're going to watch a guy the rest of the way, keep your eyes on Knipple. He's not 14 years old.
Wait. You can't go Silent K and then say Knipple. It'd be nipple, right? You got to drop the K. The Silent
It's
K.
It's not Silent K. I know. It's Knipple. I'm not going to nipple him. It's Knipple. So we're not Silent Ks. He's a hard K. You just called me out on the pod, Rip, when I was trying to do a whole bit tying that together, but you're right. He's a hard K. Knipple. Maybe it's nipple, but he wanted to go hard K because nipple is like, you can't say nipple that much. Conca nipple, hard K. Dude, but good kid. He looks like he's 12. He's my favorite player. He averages about 14 points, couple rebounds a game, 2 assists. Numbers aren't too crazy. Actually, when Cooper was injured, he stepped up. His numbers got better, but he's dope because he's one of those babyface assassins who, like I said, looks like a teenager, plays like a man. Dude's in every play, getting rebounds, getting arms in plays, diving around. He loves ball. He's doing pretty well in the NIL game too for a freshman. He's earned. Ready, Rip? Take a guess. What do you think? What do you think Con Knipples earned in his freshman year at Duke?
$750K.
Close, 663,000. He has Dollar Shave Club and State Farm. Pretty good for Con. So he's 48th among college basketball players in NIL money for a freshman. That's pretty chill. What would you? He lives in the dorms at Duke, by the way. Dude, Rip, you've seen Con. You think Con's spending any of that NIL money?
He's probably going by the save 90%, spend 10% rule.
Yeah.
So he probably got himself a new RAV4, and then he's cruising around in some fresh dunks. That's about it.
Maybe I like him because we look the same. Yeah, you're thinking he's getting the same car as me. We both got Wisconsin roots. He's a former Gatorade Wisconsin Player of the Year. Dominated Wisconsin. Guess what? Your boy right here dominated Beaver Dam, Wisconsin. Kickflipped the most out of 3 stairs in Beaver Dam, Wisconsin as anybody in the state. So we're simpatico right there. He's going to be in the NBA. People are like, DK's talking about Cole Knipple. Dude is going to be a first-round draft pick in the NBA. You heard it here first. Get him on the show, Rip.
Get him on the pod. Can you rank right now, if you were to rank by Q score, like pop culture score right now, the 3 Cons, UConn, Con Knipple, and Amir Khan. Where do you put, how do you rank those?
Amir Khan for sure.
Number 1.
For sure. We're going to put UConn number 2 because the dynasty's over. And then my boy, just because he's an unknown, that's why we're talking about him. We're the 1 stars. I'm bringing Con Knipple into the light.
Knipple's got some work to do. He's behind Amir and UConn. He's got some work to do. He's the only one still alive in the tourney, though. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, he is. Amir Khan. I got to break this down for my ma. Here we go, ma. How can I do this for? Jeez, this is gonna be. I'll do my best. Here we go. I'll keep this short. Ma, meet this guy Amir Khan. He's the unlikeliest of March Madness stars. He's a student manager. He's basically stolen the hearts and minds of people by carrying his boombox out from entrances and rapping to songs with the team behind him. So kind of like a mascot, but team manager for McNeese State, the McNeese State Cowboys out of Louisiana, who shouldn't even really be in this tournament, but he became the face of this whole team and this vibe. And this 22-year-old is got himself some NIL deals. He's with Buffalo Wild Wings, Insomnia Cookies. And really during March Madness, these boombox entrances and the way that the March Madness loves to highlight 4 or 5 people away from the basketball court of this tournament, and they really grab onto him. Rip, you remember the old lady of the Chicago University, the old nun?
Oh, Sister Jean, right?
Sister Jean. There's other ones who they pull him every year.
Don't forget our guy Robbie Avila from Indiana State. What was our nickname for him?
Steph Blurry. Yeah,
Steph Blurry still rocking.
Great example. They're out there. Kevin Pittsnoggle. Guys from the tournament with these stories. This one superseded players and got into the genre of student managers, which is what's different and weird about this whole thing. Kind of cool. Oh, cool for student managers around. They're getting some love. I saw Nick Cronin, UCLA head coach, actually at a press conference move the topic of conversation from basketball over to student managers, giving his some flowers. I heard a lot of internet talk now saying student managers for D1 and D2 sports teams are the best representatives for business school or for getting most predicted to make a lot of money. All of a sudden, becoming a student manager. That's a new thing for your kids, Rip. Maybe we got to move them into becoming a student manager. So anyway, Amir's the one. He's got over $100,000 in NIL deals. He's got the media space. McNeese State won a game over Clemson. They shouldn't have won. They got a big lead. A lot of it's being given to Amir for getting them so pumped up to get this big lead and then sustain it in the second half when they just got ran over and almost beat. However, they won. They won this game, the first victory in McNeese State history in the NCAA tournament. It's a big deal. And Amir, this manager with the boombox, got a lot of credit for it. Tie this thing together. The head coach signed a contract at North Carolina State. And now the rumors are that Amir is going to go ahead and move with Will Wade to North Carolina State to continue his student managing story. What a story, Rip. This is the movie. Uh, I don't know if I'm annoyed with it. I was pretty burnt out early of Amir Khan. I think the second time, I think once I learned that he's making $100,000, I felt good, but also I was over it in a way. But this is the story that's going to keep on giving. Ma, enjoy. I think all the mothers in the world are now hearing this story and going to jump onto it. Where you at? You over it, Rip? You lukewarm, or you just love this?
I'm all for it. I mean, anytime you see student manager is a very one-star job. If I would have known about being a student manager when I was at Arizona State, I'm telling you right now, it would have been the path for me to a Hall of Fame coaching career. I had no idea that even existed. So he's well on his path. My question for you is this his peak light of life right now? Can it get any better than this for him? He's going to transfer to North Carolina State with Will Wade. He's going to do his thing. Can it get any better for him, or has he peaked in life right now?
I think the first time's always the best, and the unexpected experiences that turn into spectacular experiences that you never dreamt of will always have a special place in people's heart. And even if this is peak, holy shit, what a ride. I would take this peak for Mr. Amir Khan. I mean, homie embodies the essence of March Madness. He's unexpected heroes during this tournament who can turn anybody into a star, Rip, regardless of their role at the team. It highlights the tournament's power to captivate audience beyond traditional sports and really make this thing bigger every year. Shout out to you, Amir. Respect. Maybe this sounds like a 1-star. This guy probably will be on the podcast pretty soon if I see the story playing as it does. Stay tuned. ... Could be a leak. Could be a tease a little bit. But I'm happy for this dude, although I'm a bit sick of it. I'm very sick of UConn transferring from champions to chaos. I'm in the ick zone with UConn. I'm in the ick zone with Coach Hurley. It started in Maui this year. I felt like he was disrespectful with the Maui tournament. I feel like he's just doing too much, a Rip, and the way that he throws his body and does tantrums like a child really gave me that early ick, and it's continued on. So they took a loss, 77-75 to Florida. So that's the end of their championship run. So they're going for a three-peat, which is tough to do, very tough to do. He's a great coach. I don't want to knock him too, because that, even as I say that, it's like, holy shit, that is so tough to do. He was on a 13-game NCAA tournament win streak, which is crazy. It's the most dominant in history, I believe. It's just crazy. So I don't want to shit on that side of it, because it's work in there, and he's a great recruiter too. But dude's emotional intelligence and his emotional responses to criticism of the officiating, with the referees, his body language, he's been labeled a sore loser. And I don't know if you'd call him one, Rip. You see other managers in your little league and other people. A sore loser just is really a nightmare. He acknowledged that there's some room for some personal growth, which is nice to see that that's there and that exists. But gives me the ick. I don't want to deal with a guy that can't deal with losing. I understand the competitiveness of the NCAA and men's basketball, that if you're not this competitive, there's no way in hell you'd be going for a three-peat. This is the most competitive tournament to win consistently. And his ability to modernize his program through the transfer portal and the roster construction and all that stuff to stay a powerhouse is awesome. But I'm like Jay Williams in all this, man. It's sore loser, and it hurts his honor and it hurts his team's effort when he does this bullshit. I'll give you some quick examples. I'll pass you the mic though, Rip. Just recently, he had shitty comments after the loss to Florida. They had a whole situation leaving the court where he's talking about hope the refs don't fuck you like they fucked us, directed at the Baylor coaching staff as they're coming on to. What are you doing, man? He's a sideline tantrum king. And it started in Maui. Like I said, it started in Maui. And so there it is, man. That's where I am with him. He gives me the full-on ick. I'm done with his confrontation with officials. That whole saga of confrontations with officials across the NBA too is hitting me differently. It's not pushing me away from the game, but I'm very sick of it every single play, every single thing that doesn't go your way. It's become the job now of the players and the head coach. 30% of your job on a basketball court is yelling at officials. That was a lot. Rip, I just gave you a lot of shit there off my head. The man gives me the ick. I guess, would you rather have your kid getting coached by a guy like Hurley or a guy like, Scott Drew, positive dude, John Shire, a perceived positive, nice coach? Who would you rather have your kid get coached by?
I mean, if it's out of those three, I'm sending my kid directly to Duke on a one-way ticket. They send guys to the NBA, get good business degrees and all that stuff. But I think for UConn, it's on brand right now. It's just really trying to stay relevant. Like when you get to the top of the mountain, like they've been over the past few years, you get all this praise. You're the best coach in the world. The Lakers wanted you. The Lakers wanted him over JJ Redick, but he turned them down. I think he's at a point where he's just too cocky. And if you talk about that ranking the three cons in reverse order, who's peaked at life, like we just talked about Amir Khan. Dan Hurley's peaked at life. He's never getting back to where he was the last 2 years. Amir Khan possibly peaked at life. Your guy Khan Knipple has all the room he's got the most upside out of all the cons at this point.
Truest shit ever, bro. Shout out to Genghis Khan as well.
Con Air, how about Con Air? Nick Cage?
How about Timur Khan? How about the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Shahid Khan, Shad Khan. Let's go.
Get him out there, Rip. Get him out there. I don't think a lot of cons in baseball tend to go through maybe the cricket route for that. Opening day, though, 2025, the most anticipated day in baseball, baby. March 27th. Got some good games going. So here we go. 28 teams in action. Opening day. Cubbies versus D-backs. Kind of a unique start to the season this year with games starting in Tokyo, where the Dodgers swept the Cubs out there at the Tokyo Dome. It was fun to watch the highlights of that. What do you think? What do you think it started the season like that on the international stage?
I can't stand it. This is the multiple years in a row that it's happened. It's very confusing. The Dodgers are playing 2 games that count in another country, coming back, playing spring training games. Mookie Betts getting sick, losing 25 pounds in 7 days. Who knows what happened there? But can we just get a straightforward schedule? I had to Google when is opening day. You just told me. Thank you. It's tomorrow. It's March 27th. Like you said, now that we can finally stop skipping back from spring training to regular season and back and forth, I'm happy that it's here. So let's go opening day.
Damn MLB. Poor MLB. Rip, it's like they dropped their promo. I sent it over to you. So first of all, like you said, the schedules are confusing. Everything's not easy to follow. They dropped a promo with a picture that's cool. It's just not exactly capturing the essence of the sport like football would, for example. Matt Scherzer. Am I saying his last name right?
Max Scherzer.
No. Matt Scherzer. Worst podcasting ever. One more time for you, Rip. Matt Scherzer. He's a former World Series champion who then has turned into an artist. And the promo for that the MLB dropped is Scherzer. That name is tough, bro. He's creating his process in this. What he's doing is he's throwing paint like a baseball player, swinging the bat to splatter the paint, popping the glove with his paint, symbolizing that the teams are starting with a clean slate. And he does abstract portraits of stars like Shohei Ohtani and De La Cruz and Scott and Paul Skeens. So here's the deal. I think the artwork's actually very cool. I think you would like it, Rip. It would be cool for my man cave or the studio to have some of this artwork. It's like abstract sports artwork. Very cool. But here we go with the MLB. Does anybody get excited for this, Rip? The MLB is a freshman team. The NFL team is varsity. The NBA team is JV. We'll put them in the middle. On the marketing side of getting your season off and running to a good start, the MLB has simply come down to their draw right now is stadium food and basically, hey, come be outside and the weather is nice, are basically the two things that they're leaning on at this day and age. Are you cool with this type of promo, Rip? This is their main promo. A guy throwing paint at a canvas and then it becomes a player. Or does the MLB need to do better at getting people pumped up?
Anyone who knows what they're doing knows that it's all about the players. So just focus on the players. You got so many young, good players coming up in MLB. Why are you focusing on an artist and paint? Nobody wants to see that. Focus on the players.
Let's focus on the players. And no disrespect to Matt Scherzer. No disrespect at all. Like I said, it's cool artwork. Some players to watch, though, on my side, my notes, my fun little DKs, wild. Obviously, Shohei Ohtani. Eyes are going to be on him. He's got the Barry Bonds attention for me this year. Every time that he's up, I'm going to be watching, whether that's an airport, I'm at work, I'm out with the kid, whatever. If Shohei Ohtani's at bat or on the mound, I'm watching. Juan Soto joining the Mets, very interesting to me. One-star alumni, Scott Boras, friend of the pod, his agent, just said that man is actually worth $1.5 billion, and the Mets got a great deal. Excited to see him. Kyle Tucker, Cubs, the perfect player for the Cubs, I think. We have the who's the player for the John Olerud. We got a modern day John Olerud currently doing his things for the Cubs. I'm excited to see him play. And then obviously if we can get the growth of Paul Skeens and Ellie De La Cruz, that's a little bit exciting. Quick value guy alert on the baseball side, Rip. Free MLB TV. Do you have T-Mobile? If you have T-Mobile, you can watch all of the MLB games for free. So there's a little value guy alert. Are you a T-Mobile guy?
AT&T, baby, born and bred.
Scratch that. Throw it out of here then, because I'm not T-Mobile either. I asked you, Rip, because it's usually for the poors. So a lot of the poors have T-Mobile. So I was going to serve you up with a free value guy rec right there. I want to give some more baseball stuff. I don't have a lot, man. I'm kind of excited about the Seattle Mariners. They're the closest team to me in the Pac Northwest. They usually suck. They're underachievers, I think, all the time. But they missed the playoffs in 2024, and they were coming on strong in the pitching category towards the end. So maybe a dark horse. I got up here in Seattle, get up to Safeco and see a game. That could be in my future. Maybe you come up here and take the kids. We go see a Seattle Mariners game. Boston Red Sox might be decent. Circle them, listeners, if you're trying to make early bets on a team. They brought in Alex Bregman, who's good, Walker Buehler, Aroldis Chapman, all good players. And then Jarren Duran, baller, 500level.com. Get yourself a t-shirt there. That's the shirt to get. Diamondbacks, our Diamondbacks. Circle them. I'm nervous about the Diamondbacks, Rip, because we're a team that, how do I explain this? When we're expected to be good, we suck, like the Phoenix Suns. Any team in Arizona that's expected to have any expectations is always terrible. We are the team that likes to crawl out of the dungeon, crawl out of the bowels of the hotness of the cement in the Valley of the Sun, and all of a sudden be good to peak at the right time and make a run. Big we'll see in Phoenix, but this early expectation of success is kind of shitty. I'll take it, but it's kind of shitty. A lot of great talent, though, man. A lot of good young talent people aren't talking about. Jordan Lawler, great t-shirt. Get that one. Slade Caldwell. Keep your eyes open him. If I was making a bet on a team to compete with the Dodgers, they're the only team. It's not a sleeper. Everybody's talking about it, so I'm not going to call them a sleeper. But they're a team. I'm actually, damn it, Winston. Breaking news on the negative side. Second highest paid player, Jordan Montgomery, out for season. This just came through the wire. Jeez Louise. I did this, Rip. I was talking. See? I hate Arizona sports.
Don't worry. Addition by subtraction. That guy was awful last year. We needed a way out of him.
Detroit Tigers, my last team. Keep an eye on the best lid in all of sports. Only reason that I'm always going to put them on my list, though. You got any teams, Rip, other than the ones I mentioned that you like? You watching talking baseball with your kiddos? You looking at any other squads?
I am all in, DK. Not only am I talking baseball, but I'm doing baseball this year. More breaking news. I'm going to see the Kansas City Royals and also the St. Louis Cardinals in person, taking the whole family in August. Front row tickets to both of them. I'm all in on baseball. And you know the number one reason we're going to Kansas City, DK? You left out a name. You left out a name for all these listeners. About to become the face of MLB. You know what I'm talking about?
Don't do this to me. Jordan Walker.
It's Bobby Witt Jr., DK. This is the year he turns into the face of MLB. He turned 25 years old during the season. The shortstop for the Kansas City Royals. He's got all the tools. 2 straight 30-30 seasons. He's gotten better in every single season. He does not miss games due to injury. Basically what Mike Trout was 10 years ago, Bobby Witt Jr. is now. DK's on the cover of everything. He's the guy this year. You'll see he's got the personality. He's got all the tools. So look out for that guy in Kansas City. Real athlete. Some of these baseball guys aren't full-on athletes, but yeah, for sure. That's a good one. That's a good 500 level
.com shirt. Rip, I've hit them with. Now I got to hit some players. I'm not going to let you outdo me. Jose Ramirez of the Guardians. Who else? Victor Robles. I'm going to bring back Seattle. They're now my hometown team here, I guess. But Robles, don't sleep on Robles. You mentioned Witt Jr. Robles is a poor man's Witt Jr. out here. Fast ass dude. 30 stolen bases, I think, last year in just 70 games. That's all I got, though.
You're giving a lot of love to American League teams. I'm actually going to go a little counter on this. I think this is the year that the National League is going to be the dominant league. You talked about the Dodgers. Not only we have the stacked Dodgers, you got the D-backs. The Phillies are stacked. The Braves, of course, again, last year were really good. Got some guys coming back from injury. There's a bunch of second-tier teams, but I also expect the Reds with the new manager, Terry Francona, the Pirates, Paul Skeens, second year, and also the Cubs. I think they're all going to take leaps this year, DK. So let's give some love to the NL. I'm saying you can hear it here first. The NL will for sure win the World Series again this year, but also the All-Star game. The American League has won 10 out of the last 11 All-Star games. This is the year the NL wins the All-Star game and the World Series. You heard it here first.
Like those takes. Strong takes. Big NL guy. Last week, my man was this is the great thing about Rip. He moves with the weather. Just wait another week. He'll switch it up. Man was a big Oakland Athletics guy 2 weeks ago.
Are they still what do we even call them? They're playing in Sacramento.
Yeah, the Sacramento Athletics. Lawrence
Are they
Butler.
the Vegas?
Lawrence Butler. Look out. MVP. See you in the World Series. 1-star moments of the week. We all have them. Not everybody talks about them. We talk about them. Rip, go ahead. Lead us off. Hit some lead off. Hit some Bobby Witt Jr. right now. 1-star moments of the week.
Mine's kind of simple and it's been ongoing. It's just look, we're 19 days out from the income tax filing date. I haven't even started. I've been slacking. I've been procrastinating on my taxes. It's really has just become every year to me a super annoying part of life. It like takes 2 to 3 hours to do my taxes. So that's my 1-star moment of the week, just slacking on my taxes. I hope there's a lot of people out there that are in the same boat, because can we just make the tax system easier and more efficient now? I mean, it's been overdue for a long time. Why does it take me 3 hours to do my taxes? I can't handle it, DK. I'm done.
Yeah, I did mine this last week. It's still a pain in the ass. I don't have to do anything. I really just have to gather information and send it out in a nice package. But just that aspect of it is a nightmare. You're right.
The crazy part is I'm getting money back. I know I'm going to get money back. We get money back every year, and there's no incentive to do them because I just can't stand that it takes 3 hours of boringness and just annoying getting everything together. I hate them. Sig, come in and do my taxes. Come on, Sig.
Get on over here. And it's all good. This is like driving cars. This is the 9th inning of things like doing taxes or driving cars. AI is going to take on over all this. You don't even have to upload your information in the future. It's already going to be directed right from wherever areas, right into your cloud. And you're going to get a little app where it's a 3-button click, option to pay, option to receive money, move on with your life as it should be. AI to the rescue. I give it 2 more years until we see a nice app that I'm not afraid to use from the United States government. But get your taxes done. Be adults. Get your taxes done. Very important shit. I do feel great that mine are out. I know every year I always feel great when I send it out. I never feel good when I see the emails come back saying that they need more information every time and that my information is not complete every time. And the dance continues. The tango moves on. The 2-step, the dirty 2-step. 1-star moment of the week for me. So my dogs. So this week I decided. This is so dumb. I decided to get a little too creative in the kitchen. My pup has been on a chicken only diet, not because of any health reasons, because she's on a fucking hunger strike right now, and she's been manipulating me for treats. I'm not afraid to admit it. She's been full on manipulating me for treats, and who needs personal boundaries when my old dog's involved? And she's just been manipulating me. So in an attempt to make her beef and veggies more appealing so she would stop her hunger strike, I ground up the chicken treats that she loves using my trusty coffee grinder. It was a brilliant plan, actually, until the next morning. This was Saturday, ball watching day, big ball watching day. So my mind wasn't right. I was thinking about ball. half asleep. I'm in the kitchen and I go to brew some coffee. I toss my beans in the grinder, hit blend, wait for it to get going. Disaster struck, Rip. I sat down in my seat, got my bracket up, take a look, was planning my day of food eating, and I took a sip of what I thought was perfectly normal Phil's coffee to discover that it was actually chicken flavor. It was nasty. It was chicken flavored Morning Joe. I almost spat it out, but it was so hot I would have got on the damn. Anyway, I wasted some amazing coffee beans. Well, average coffee beans, Phil's, and the grinder's still sitting in a deep clean in my sink right now. A harsh reminder, bro, that it's better to keep the dog treats out of the fucking coffee routine. Don't mix those two. So 1-star moment of the week. Don't let your dog's fucking treats hijack your normal food life, okay? Keep separation as church and state.
A true value guy would have drank the rest of that and not wasted it, man. You're probably talking about $4 or $5 right there worth of coffee and treats.
So stupid, man. I should have thought about it. I didn't even think that it just didn't. Anyway, so stupid. Recommendation of the week. Anything that you recommend that was great for you, that put a smile on your face, that you love, Rip? Go ahead.
Basically, what happens when I don't have a good recommendation every week, I go back to the Netflix well, DK, and I'm doing it again. I don't watch a lot of TV, so I end up recommending every single one that I watch. Currently, the number one series on Netflix, DK, it's called Adolescence. It's a 4-part series about this kid. It's actually a British series, so the British accents do get a little bit annoying, but it's short and sweet. It's a 4-part series, about 1 hour each for all the Netflix lovers out there. It's a story about a kid, 13 years old, somewhere in England, that gets charged with murder and goes on from there to take some crazy turns. So 4-part series, Adolescence on Netflix. You in or out, DK? Have you watched this one? It's the number one show in the world right now.
I'm out. I'm out on all shows. I can't even find it. I can't even dig deep into my soul to dig into White Lotus. Just not interested.
I haven't watched that either.
There's ball to be watched. There's tennis to be watched. The Miami Open, the Phoenix Open. Things are happening here that do not need to. I'm going to save all the shows. If I've learned anything from The Sopranos, The Wire, any great shows from my youth, I have learned that the best way to play it is to ignore the noise, ignore it all, don't watch, save it. It's like a stock. The longer, the better, and you get more value watching it at that later time. If I watch Mad Men right now for the first time ever, it's gonna be way cooler than when I was 19 years old. Because I've lived some life, Rip. There you go.
Way to spin my record of the week into your own record of the week. Is that what you got this week? Is that your record of the week?
Well, my original record of the week was going to be wax paper at your house. I've been making my wife breakfast sandwiches every morning, and never in my life before have I purchased wax paper or been a wax paper owner, but I've been wrapping the sandwiches in wax paper and then putting them in a plastic bag and sending her off to work. Basically got a full-on breakfast restaurant going here with the addition of wax paper, not to be confused with parchment paper. But my record of the week is my wife's eating more. My wife is getting bigger, eating us out of house and home. Just kidding, Kimmy. I love you. My recommendation of the week, Rip, my real one, is to have kids, baby. Breaking news. Breaking 1-star news. Baby boy Knops due July 2025. And Kimmy and I could not be more excited.
Whoa.
First kid coming your way.
Again. Say it
Newest
again.
1-star recruit.
Wow. Say that again just for the listeners. Baby
boy Knops coming July 2025. Possible name Khan.
I was
just kidding. That's already been denied, but I'm going to make another pitch after this podcast because we brought up a lot of great cons. I'm taking boys' names though. If you got Rex, send them my way.
Wow, you even got the gender for the listeners here all at once. I love it, DK. I can't even go on and on about how happy I am for you guys. I know it's been a long time coming, man. You're gonna be right in the thick of it, and I'm actually hearing rumors that the kid's first name might. I know you got a list going. It's on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. I ask all our guests, what are the odds that one of the kid's first name is going to be named after a past one-star guest? Because I got some recommendations for you. I know there's been over 200 episodes. I got some good ones for you.
Send them my way. We're taking them all. I mean, the problem with names is everybody's got a connotation to a name from a different situation in their life that you could never have guessed unless it gets thrown out there. So throw it my way. You know what I mean? Reb, you say Coleman. Coleman, to one person they think of camping. Coleman, to another person they think of possibly an Asian kid who was in Kuman math with them. It's funny where your mind goes with names. So I'm taking all of them. All of them are on the table.
I'm glad you asked because I got a top 5 based on one-star guests of the past. But my other rec is that you could. I mean, we talked about Con Knipple. Like you could. Your name is a silent K. Your last name. You could just go silent K, silent K. So that's one. Okay, let's write that off for now. But top 5 of one-star guests in the past. Tell me if any of these. No, give me a 1 to 5 stars on these. Number 1, Dikembe. Rest in peace, our guy Dikembe Mutombo, who once gave you the finger wag. Dikembe, silent K. What do you got? 1 to 5 stars.
1 star, too unique to Dikembe Mutombo. The 1 star next.
All right, very, very close behind Dikembe. Another legend, this time in the boxing world. Let's go Evander. Evander, silent K. What do you got? 1 to 5 stars.
Evander, another silent K. Evander, very strong name. 1 star though. 1 star, Evander.
I have a feeling we're going to see a pattern here. Emmett's Steakhouse in Vegas is the place to be right now, named after Emmitt Smith, our guy we had on about 6 months ago. Emmett, how about Emmett? It's old school.
Not a bad name. Not a bad name. I kind of like it. 3 star. Could be a 4 star, actually, but he was a cowboy. Actually, could be a 2 star, but he was a Cardinal. So 3 star. 3 star for Emmett. Not bad.
All right, I was expecting them all to be 1. We got 2 more here. A very underrated name. I believe this is possibly like 1700s England, but our guy, former running back for the Falcons and Buccaneers, Warwick Dunn. So how about Warwick? Warwick as a first name is money.
Warwick, it is money. It is money. Not a bad name. 2 star. Maybe Dunn. Dunn. Dunn.
Go the last name for the first name. That's possible.
You never know.
I can see it.
It's a crazy world out there.
All right, last one here in honor of the tallest person to ever be on 1-star recruits. Maybe your kid will be tall. Maybe he'll be a 7'6". Olivier. I think Olivier could be right up you're in Kimmy's alley. Olivier.
Oh, I got Olivier. Just kidding.
1 to 5 stars.
Olivier, strong name in Europa, in France. Not a good name for the Pacific Northwest, though. Olivier, 1 star. Good dude, though. On his way possibly to a national championship with Florida. Tune in and watch our guy Olivier.
Has he got any burn in the tournament yet?
0 burn. A bunch of media time. He is the Amir Khan of the Florida team, but a very sweet 7'10" human being.
All right, I know you're not going to use any of those names. In all honesty, though, the biggest part I'm looking forward to seeing you as a father over the next few years is when you're at all those birthday parties. When Olivier or Evander or Emmett is 2 or 3 years old, you're getting all the invites to the My Gyms and the Sky Zones and the Get Airs and all those crazy places. It's going to make you miserable, but you'll finally understand all the dad birthday party conversations that I've had to get trapped in over the years. I'm looking forward to getting your feedback on those and you having to experience that as a father. So the changing diaper part, that's like all part of it, the waking up in the middle of the night. But really, it's the dad conversations at the birthday parties that you probably don't want to be at half the time, but you're going to get dragged into the more friends you have, the more birthdays parties it's going to be, DK. So especially in Portland, I have no idea what goes on up there. You're going to get into some crazy conversations, some crazy places. So that's the part I'm most looking forward to you about being a dad.
I'm gonna send his ass down, and he's gonna do 2 weeks in Long Beach with the Bash brothers that you got running around there.
Bring him on. I'll teach him how to steal home. I'll tell you that much.
Oh boy, get out of here. We'll see, but thank you. Yeah, all love. We're very happy, very excited. Stay tuned. The summer got a little bit crazier, and all in a good way. Rip reacts. Hit the music. Rip, Tiger Woods announced his relationship with Vanessa Trump, ex of Donald Trump Jr. And they did a post on social media asking, they went public and then did a post that's saying love is in the air, and they wanted everybody to respect their privacy. So Rip, if you want your privacy, wouldn't you just not post this? Or is this like an 8 Mile battle rap situation where Tiger is getting in front of it to let the steam out? Also, who cares? But what are you doing?
You talk about trying to stay relevant as coach of UConn and Danny Hurley. This guy Tiger is on another tier. He's in a level all by himself. I mean, his life has been spiraling out of control really since the whole Coco's Perkins waitress fiasco, but it's gone to another level now. Like, I don't see the appeal of that woman in particular. But yeah, that, like you said, to put it on social media and also ask for privacy, just like the most opposite thing you could possibly do. But Tiger, now what we hear, he's got to have crazy surgery, so he's out. His golf days are done. He's got all the money he'll ever need for sure. But as far as pop culture persona and score right now, he's hanging on for dear life, as the youngsters say.
Youngsters are crazy, man. Them youngsters been going to that Perkins in Florida has actually became a bit of a refuge place for some youngsters. You know, if you want to, just for good content on your TikTok, you just throw into Pensacola, Florida, and try to find that Perkins that Tiger went to. Crazy world out there. Yeah, so stupid. Just don't put it on social media and go disappear somewhere for a little bit and be private if you want to be private. You lunatic. R.I.P. George Foreman. He has some iconic things, Rip. He had Joe Frazier knockout, battles with Muhammad Ali, Rumble in the Jungle. He had that remarkable comeback to win the title at age 45. On the business side, entrepreneurial side, the George Foreman Grill revolutionized indoor cooking. Sometimes to a detriment. I mean, it ruined a lot of apartments that I lived in. But God damn it, I went through three or four of them. Perhaps, I mean, this guy was married to his wife for just a ridiculous long time, and he married all of his son's George. A true interesting character, man, George Foreman. What's your favorite memory, Rip, of this boxing titan?
I don't know if it's favorite, but like you just kind of referenced, I think every male in his 40s right now had the 12 to 18 month period in the 1990s where they just ruined their cholesterol. Probably the reason I'm on a statin right now, to be honest, is that George Foreman Grill, just buying that $2.99 a pound Ralph's meat and just grilling up Foreman burgers every night, ruining the ceiling in your apartment, the smell, like you just said. I mean, that's the ultimate memory of George Foreman, but also a hell of a boxer, DK.
Hell of a boxer. Yeah, good entertaining dude. Those Foremans, man, we really went through it. Those are throwbacks. Be a museum one day. But you still got a Foreman somewhere in the crib, in the garage?
Absolutely not, and I'm 100% healthier because of it.
Indeed. Facts. Yes. Be careful with those kids. Those are like the mini bake ovens, though. Those will make a comeback at one point in time. Those will be cool again. Like super baggy jeans. Everything comes back. How did the Chesapeake Bay Sox alternative logo for their oyster catchers identity spark controversy, Rip? Did you hear about this one?
I saw some hats for alternative logos. I didn't see that one.
The Chesapeake Bay Sox, it's a AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles, unveiled an alternate identity called the Oyster Catchers, which is a tribute to the area that they're from, big oyster place, to celebrate the go ahead and Google it, Ripple. I'm reading this.
I'm guessing it looks like a vagina.
Yep, looks like a vagina, very much so. An oyster inside of a baseball glove is what they were going for, and online got it. Probably all good news. All news is good news in this world. They've pledged to donate 10% of the proceeds from the Oyster Catchers merchandise over to a cervical cancer awareness. They're doing well with it. They're working the angles with it, Rip. Was this a PR mistake or a PR coup?
1,000% a coup. If you look at that logo, I just saw it for the first time. There's no way whoever made that did not know exactly what they were doing. It's spot on. It looks like every vagina I've ever seen.
Rip, if you saw a human being in Vegas wearing a Texas Tetas hat and wearing this unbelievable Oyster Catchers t-shirt, is he getting a fist pound?
I mean, he's getting asked for a selfie for sure, but also the worst dad joke like guy on the planet. You're going out of your way to like make those two purchases and wear them in public. Like, you're getting a lot of selfies, but you're also like the corniest dude ever.
Corniest ever, man. Texas Tetas, man. It's still funny to say. Go ahead, get one off. Just light one off for us.
Texas Tetas.
Hey, Taz. Quick one. This woman, Lily Stewart, got arrested. She's University of Georgia student. She got arrested twice. She's super hot. Her arrest was kind of led to some famous mug shots that captured her confidently smiling, looking pretty good. So she's caught internet famous, the Miss America of mug shots. So Rip, if you're hot this day and age and looking to become famous, is a virtual mug shot right up there with being interviewed on one of those man on the streets interviewed while being hot. Both equally hot people. If you could do a mug shot or a man on the street a la Hawk Tua, which one's more inclined to make you famous?
I think 1,000% mugshot, but also it's the one you don't want to have out of the two because obviously all the negative connotations and getting arrested for whatever you did. But yeah, whereas the man on the street, it could lead to fame and fortune and virality. Virality, as the youngsters call it.
Get viral. I remember this was a couple years ago, but the hottest man mugshot was this dude who had these really blue eyes. He was a very good looking guy, very blue eyes, kind of darker sediment, strong build. He ended up doing it, getting famous for being hot in his mugshot. He ended up marrying a billionaire heiress. Rip had a child with the billionaire heiress. They got divorced. Now he's set for life. You never know.
You know what? Name your son after him. You know what his name was? Detlef, DK. Detlef Silent K. Let's go.
For real?
No, just a former one-star guest that you're never going to name
Former
your son
one-star guest, Detlef Shrimp. Don't do that to Detlef. Don't do that to Detlef. Last one, Rip. Dairy Queen's Summer 2025 Blizzard lineup. This is more exciting than the Diamondbacks lineup, in my opinion. Is dropping. It's launching on March 31st. You already told me about the free cone. I got a free cone. It was delicious. The new summer lineup. The new Blizzards include the Mixing Bowl mashup. This is a combo of brownie batter and chocolate chip cookie dough. A new dipped strawberry cheesecake Blizzard. Cheesecake pieces, chocolate, strawberry topping. Fan favorite, the s'mores Blizzard and the confetti cake Blizzard. These are all the new fresh ones, Rip. Oh, one more for the kids. The cotton candy Blizzard is making its comeback. This went away. This went Steph Curry night for a little bit, but they're fucking bringing it back this summer. The cotton candy Blizzard. Which one you grabbing, Rip?
I'm always going the chocolate ones over the fruity or super sweet like candy ones. So yeah, give me hey, before I found out I was deathly allergic to peanuts, it was smashed up Reese's all the way. But now I think that s'mores one is sounding pretty good, or possibly Heath Bar or smashed up Oreos all the way.
Not a bad lineup, man. Serve me up a small cotton candy Blizzard for me. I'll watch that. I'll pull that into the parking lot, sit right there and eat that happy as a Chesapeake secondary logo clam. We appreciate you 1 stars. Hey, 5 stars. If you enjoy the podcast, throw some comments in there. Throw some kid names for me in the comments, man. That's how the YouTube sends this thing off. We want to send it off into different directions. I need to get all the names. Okay. I might be naming my kid August, if I don't get some damn recommendations, and some comments, YouTube, Instagram, and of course, wherever you listen to your podcast. We'll see you next week. One love.
Congratulations, DK and Kimmy. See you next week.